Hey, Fiona, will you be ready to leave the house soon?
Hey, good morning, Wes. It's looking like my brother's going to be picking me up a little later than we planned. He said he can still come and get me on the way back to his place from the airport, but apparently there's been a major accident on the state highway and it's backed up like you wouldn't believe. He says he'll be arriving at my place an hour later than we scheduled.
I see. Sorry I couldn't take you to your brother's place myself. I would have loved to help out, but, well, yeah, that happened. I had no idea my boss would spring a business trip to Seattle on me when you were just 2 weeks out from giving birth. To make matters worse, I'd already applied to switch to remote work in preparation for the birth when he told me. I asked if there was anyone else who could go in my place, but apparently things are real rough at my company these days and we're suffering from a major manpower shortage.
What did you say the reason was again? Didn't the guy who was originally supposed to go on the Seattle trip end up in a hospital bed after getting into a car crash? You were literally the only person who was able to go, right? It's fine, babe, I get it. This one was out of your hands.
Thanks. They did know about my situation, so I'd be lying if I said it wasn't a little frustrating. But you're right, it couldn't be helped. Things are a little rough for the company right now. Of course, my mom does live next door to us, but she's about as useless as a chocolate fire hydrant, and if anything, she'd probably just get in your way if I asked her to get involved.
I'll make no comment on that one. Anyway, it's fine. Luckily, my brother and his wife said they'd take me in and look after me for a little while. Plus, they only live 10 minutes away from us, so the location is super convenient.
Yeah, no kidding. They've been total lifesavers on this one. My boss said I can fly back from Seattle early and cut the business trip short if there are any problems on your end, so don't hesitate to let me know if you need me, okay?
Okay, babe, gotcha. I'm sure I won't need to, but it's nice to know you'll be able to come back if anything happens.
Anyway, sorry, but I gotta head off and arrange a taxi to come get us now. Catch you later. You tell your brother and his wife I said thanks, okay?
Sure thing. Enjoy your business trip, babe.
Fiona, go and buy me some eggs, bananas, a bottle of wine, and a big juicy steak this instant. Obviously, I want everything to be of the highest quality money can buy, which means you're going to get it from the luxury supermarket by the station. Anything less and I won't accept it. I can't eat anything that isn't from that supermarket. Oh, and as for the eggs, I need at least a 10-pack, and I won't accept anything that costs less than $20. And believe me, I will be inspecting the receipt. Don't you dare try and trick me by getting some cheap garbage from the convenience store around the corner.
Veronica, I'm pretty sure I told you this the other day, but I'm going to be staying at my brother's place because Wes got sent over to Seattle on a short-notice business trip. He'll be arriving soon.
So what? What's your point? All that means is you need to get a move on and get it done before your brother arrives. Simple. Anyway, I never gave you permission to do a home birth in the first place.
Well, I'm sorry, but whether or not I do a home birth is my decision, Veronica. My brother and his wife have everything they need to care for me, and besides, she used to be a midwife, so it's not like they're unqualified.
Don't answer me back, young lady. I didn't ask for an essay. I told you I did not give you permission. Get your ass over to my house this instant. I need a word with you.
That's not going to be possible right now, Veronica. Like I said, my brother's going to be arriving any time now.
Quit making excuses. It'll only take 5 minutes. Stop answering me back and get over here right now.
Okay.
Veronica, what the hell are you doing? Why did you lock me in the sauna? Are you insane? You do know I'm heavily pregnant, don't you? If you can withstand the heat of the sauna, I'll acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law. I'll let you out when I'm back from my vacation, so quit your whining and focus on surviving instead. Your vacation? Today I'm going on a once-in-a-lifetime luxury 7-day trip to the East Coast that includes fancy wine bars, relaxing spa resorts, top-class 5-star restaurants, live music, and a rare cheese-tasting event.
What the hell? Are you saying I have to stay in this sauna for 7 days?
Yes, that's exactly what I'm saying. If you can tolerate the heat, I'll finally acknowledge you as my daughter-in-law and Wesley's wife. That's what you've wanted all this time, isn't it? Simple, right?
It's too hot. My baby.
Oh, quit being a drama queen. My friend just arrived in the car, so I'll have to go now. Toodles! Veronica, wait!
Wes, there's something I need to tell you about.
What's wrong?
Your mom locked me in the sauna.
What?
Don't worry, I already managed to get out, so I'm not in danger or anything.
Okay. Well, in that case, I'm pleased, but what do you mean she locked you in the sauna? Do you mean the sauna my dad and uncle had built onto their house as an extension as a result of their sauna hobby getting a little too out of control?
That's right.
I see. I have used it myself a few times, not regularly or anything, but it's nice as a refresher after working out every now and then. But it does get pretty damn hot pretty damn quickly. To think you got locked in there? Oh my God. What exactly happened? Would you mind explaining from the beginning?
Well, you see, this is how it went. Your mom asked me to go get her a bunch of groceries, but I had to say no because my brother was set to arrive to take me to his place at any moment. Then she said she needed to talk to me about something and demanded I go over to her house. I did say no, but she insisted it'd only take 5 minutes.
I see. So you went...
I didn't want to, but I thought if I didn't, she'd make me regret it later on. I messaged my brother to let him know I was heading over to your mom's for a few minutes.
I'm pleased you're okay, babe. You have no idea how hard I panicked when you said you got locked in the sauna. But what the hell happened?
Well, your mom invited me over, then I messaged my brother. I timed it so I'd get back to our house exactly when he and his wife arrived. But when I arrived at your mom's place, no sooner had I knocked on the door than she was dragging me through the house. And before I could even make sense of what was happening, she threw me in the sauna and slammed the door behind me. I tried to get out, but she must have blocked the door with something from the outside, because it wouldn't budge. It turns out your mom had plans to go on vacation with her friends, so she left me in the house, locked in the sauna room, completely on my own.
What?
Thankfully, my brother turned up pretty much straight after she left. He used the spare key I gave him to get inside to find out what was going on when he realized I wasn't home. Unfortunately, he could hear me banging on the door. I was probably only in there for like 3 minutes at most. The sauna was still heating up by the time I got out, which means I got out of there with no issues other than feeling slightly warmer than usual. Other than the shock and surprise of being dragged through the house by your mom, I'm totally fine.
Oh my God. I see.
I had my phone with me, so I did try messaging your mom. I messaged her, "It's too hot, my baby," to pretend I was still in the sauna and make her think whatever the hell she was trying to do was still happening as planned.
I see. I understand. Oh my God, Fiona, I'm so relieved you're okay. I don't know what I would have done if... Nope, I don't even want to think about it.
I'm resting up at my brother's house right now, so don't worry about me, okay, babe? I know you're probably shocked, but I just want you to focus on your business trip.
Actually, it's looking like things on my end are going to be wrapped up way sooner than I expected. My client meetings went surprisingly smoothly, and I only have a few extra loose ends to take care of now. I'll book a flight back home for tomorrow afternoon.
All right, got it. Thanks a bunch, Wes.
So my mom's on vacation right now? Did she say when she's coming home?
She said she was going for 7 days, so next Saturday, I guess?
Well, in that case, about what we discussed before?
Huh?
I did originally plan to move forward with everything when you'd rested up and recovered for a while after the birth. But it just dawned on me that if you're already at your brother's place, all I have to do is move quickly on my end, and we can probably have everything wrapped up way sooner than we planned.
Oh, Wes, I'm super grateful, but are you sure you don't mind? Won't you be crazy busy if you take all this on now?
It's fine, babe. It's really not that much of a big deal. Besides, I feel like we'd be fools not to take advantage of this opportunity with Mom not being at the house for a whole week. Leave everything to me, okay? I got this covered.
Got it. Sorry to trouble you, sweetie. Thanks a bunch. I'm counting on you.
All right.
Fiona, where the hell are you? I have no idea how the hell you managed to escape from that sauna, but this is not acceptable behavior. You're my daughter-in-law, and you had no right to defy me like that.
I take it you're finally home then, Mom?
Oh, hello, Wesley. I just came back from my vacation, but when I opened the front door, the most pungent smell was coming from inside the house. I knew something wasn't right, so I followed my nose, and can you believe where it led me? To the sauna! The door had been left wide open. I have no idea why, but there was a box of broken eggs inside the sauna. Oh, and they must have gone rotten, because they stunk so bad my entire house reeked of rotten eggs. I bet that wretched wife of yours is responsible for this, isn't she?
What led you to that conclusion?
Well, who else could it be? She was the last person in there.
You mean my heavily pregnant wife was in the sauna? And why exactly would she go somewhere like that?
She said she wanted to use it, so I let her in.
Are you for real? That sauna reaches like 80 or 90 degrees. It's like a frickin' volcano in there. Are you seriously telling me my heavily pregnant wife, who's set to give birth in less than 2 weeks, would voluntarily go inside a place that would obviously put a massive toll on her body and jeopardize our baby's health?
But there were eggs in there, and that's the truth. Anyway, you don't know anything about this. So you're away on business in Seattle, so you couldn't possibly comment on what's going on back here. Goodness me, Wesley, when are you going to stop blindly believing whatever your wife tells you?
I came back home ages ago.
What? You did?
As for the eggs in the sauna, you demanded Fiona go to the supermarket to buy you a bunch of groceries, including eggs, didn't you? But Fiona was waiting for a ride from her brother and didn't have time for that. So she brought over some expensive, top-of-the-range eggs we had left over, hoping that would be enough for you.
What?
That's when you locked her in the sauna, isn't it? The eggs got broken during the chaos when she dropped them during your struggle as you threw her inside and locked the door behind her. After that, she was so desperately focused on getting the heck out of there to protect herself and the baby that she totally forgot about all the broken eggs on the floor. And since she didn't go back after she escaped, they've been rotting there ever since.
Wait a sec. So, is that why you messaged me just after I messaged Fiona?
Bingo! Me and Fiona are together right now.
Oh my God, no way!
Oh, and you might be interested in knowing that she successfully gave birth to a healthy baby boy 2 days ago.
What? You mean I have a grandson?
Yes.
Oh, which hospital did she give birth at? Oh, she must still be there recuperating, right? I want to meet my grandson as soon as possible.
Haha. Get real, you deluded maniac. There's no way on earth you're meeting our son.
Why not?
Because you intentionally put his and his mother's life in danger before waltzing off to go on a frickin' luxury vacation, while for all you knew, my wife could have been dying. Surely I don't have to spell it out. You can't actually be too dumb to realize that if something happened to Fiona, your grandson's life would have been in danger too, right? I can't let my wife and son go anywhere near someone as dangerous and unpredictable as you.
Oh my God, don't call me that. Oh, forget all this. I'm coming over to your house immediately. Let's just sit down and hash things out like adults instead of throwing around petty insults like school children. What's going on? Your house is practically empty. Where did all of your things go?
We moved.
What?
We couldn't risk living next door to you for a second longer while you continued to bully Fiona.
Bullying? Why, I've never heard anything so silly in my life.
You can't play dumb or worm your way out of this one, Mom. It's too late to take back what you did.
Fine, just tell me where you moved to.
Yeah, nope, that's not gonna be happening. Goodbye forever.
Wesley, wait, I can't lose my precious darling boy. No!
According to Wes, his mother-in-law was the kind of person who took pleasure in bossing people around and seemed totally incapable of comprehending the consequences of her actions. To be totally honest, I didn't need to hear it from him because I'd been tolerating her crap for years by that point. But the whole sauna incident was the straw that broke the camel's back. Her behavior finally got so out of hand that it put not only my life in danger, but also that of our unborn son, which meant we had no choice but to get as far away from her as possible and cut all ties for good. Wes was at his wit's end with his mom's crazy shenanigans, and he really meant it when he said there was no going back. Last I heard, she still lives on her own in the same house. However, astonishingly, she still doesn't seem to understand why we had to get away from her, and lacks any comprehension of the fact she did something wrong. The final nail in her coffin was that afterwards, she went around complaining to all her friends about her son's ingratitude towards her, locking me in the sauna to teach me a lesson. With that, she became a total social pariah. Now she doesn't have a single friend left in the world, none of her family are speaking to her, and she spends every day in abject loneliness and isolation, wondering where it all went wrong. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Also, leave a comment if you think the mother-in-law from hell, Veronica, got what she deserved. We can't wait to see you again next time. Peace!
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey, Denise. It's been a heckin' long time. How have you been, girl? How long's it been? We must be going on 7 years now. Damn, it flew by. Feels like all that stuff went down a lifetime ago, and at the same time, it's like it was yesterday. It's funny how that works, huh?
Sorry, but would you mind telling me who you are?
You kidding me? It's me, Biff, you donut. Couldn't you tell? 'Cause I'm messaging you from a different number.
Huh?
What you mean, huh? It's me, Biff, your ex-boyfriend. Hang on, maybe that's not the best way of wording it. Your beloved ex-boyfriend and favorite person in the whole wide world, Biff. That's better. Remember me now?
If you're going to talk nonsense, would you mind doing it when I'm not busy? I get the impression you didn't message me for any real reason in particular, so if you'll excuse me, I'll be going now.
Hey, come on, Denise. I obviously did message you for a reason. Otherwise, I wouldn't be messaging you, would I? But quit jumping to conclusions and hear me out, alright? Sheesh.
Fine, what do you want? You better make it quick.
I decided to take you back.
Excuse me?
That's right. You heard me. I bet you're not so eager to get back to work right now, huh? It's an attractive offer, right? Right?
Which part of what you just said is attractive?
Huh?
7 years ago, when I was 26, you said to me you were bored of me because I was a worn-out old hag well past my prime and broke up with me, describing me as being on the wrong side of 30. After that, you immediately got with an 18-year-old, fresh out of college intern from our workplace. Does any of this ring any bells, Biff?
Sure, everything you say is true. It's not like I deny it, but I was young back then, babe. I've matured a lot since then.
You were turning 31 years old, 5 years older than me.
Men and women age differently. Unlike a woman, a man hits his prime when he turns 30. Women? Well, I hate to say this, babe, but it's all downhill from there. Things that used to be beautiful and plump start sagging. Things that used to shimmer and glow start wrinkling up. Basically, 30 is where women hit the wall.
In that case, why on earth would you be interested in getting back with me? I'm 33 now. I shouldn't have to spell it out, but that means I'm older than I was when you broke up with me. You don't think time froze and I stayed 26 this whole time, right?
Don't be silly, babe. That's clearly ridiculous. I forget how funny you can be sometimes, Denise. I always did like that about you.
All right, so I take it we're done here?
Wait, why?
Because me and you are not getting back together. What else is there for us to discuss? You're doing nothing but wasting my valuable time here.
No, wait just a sec, damn it. It's been so long since we spoke. Are you really going to dip out on me like this? Let's at least chat a little while longer. You know, reminisce over the good old days. Talk about what we've been up to all this time.
Do you really think I have that much free time on my hands?
Whatever. Don't worry about that. I'm sure whatever stuff you need to do can wait. Sometimes it's good to catch up with an old flame, you know? Hey, wait a sec. What's wrong, babe? Scared you'll, I don't know, catch feelings from me again? I guess I wouldn't blame you if you did.
Ew, that's one of the cringiest things I've ever heard.
Cringy? Hey, no, whatever. Look, I guess I always admired how you said exactly what was on your mind. You're kind of cute when you get all feisty, you know, babe.
Yep, gross.
Anyway, I heard some stuff. Is it true you changed jobs after we broke up? Heard you landed a job at a major New York-based company.
What's it to you?
Well, me and the girl you just mentioned actually moved to New York after the breakup. Crazy coincidence, right?
I knew that. So what?
Wait, you did?
Of course I did. I worked in the department next door on the same floor as you both. She was an intern being trained up on your department after graduating college, right? What was her name again? Was it Rena? How could I forget the time the two of you skipped across the office holding hands while singing, "We're going to New York," to hand in your resignation letter to the manager? I swear it was the most embarrassing, vomit-inducing thing I've ever seen. I could tell your head was so clouded by your feelings for her you'd completely lost all of your rational decision-making skills, because why the heck else would a fully grown man act like a 12-year-old kid in front of his coworkers like that?
I see. Is that really how happy we look back then?
I guess happy is one word for it, but some might prefer to describe it as hopelessly delusional or maybe childish.
I see. Well, I get what this is. I didn't realize how jealous we were making you at the time, babe. I'm sorry. It must have really sucked to see your man having such a great time with another woman like that.
Jealousy? Don't flatter yourself. I am obviously insulting you, you pea-brain.
I guess the fact that you thought about it that much betrays just how much you cared about me. I guess I can't blame you. You're hardly going to find anyone else up to my standard. I'm handsome, charismatic, funny, confident, capable, modest. I basically have every positive characteristic a guy can have.
Wow. Everything you just said is so absurd, I don't even know how to reply to it. Anyway, the bottom line is that it's not how people act in the workplace, especially not when they're handing in their resignation letters. It was honestly awkward to witness, and I wasn't the only one at the office who thought so.
Well, I guess we were young. That's just how people are around that age. You're overthinking this.
Young? Are you for real? You were 31 years old, Biff. If you think that justifies elementary school level behavior in the workplace, I think this conversation is beyond my capabilities. How about, I don't know, seeing a shrink maybe?
Geez, Denise, how about you give me a break for once? Can't we just let bygones be bygones? I've grown a lot as a person since then, so you don't have to worry about me doing anything crazy anymore.
Who you are now is totally irrelevant to me, and I literally could not care less.
Quit sulking, it's petty. Look, babe, I admire your feisty stubbornness, I really do. Look, if anything, I like it more when you're like this, because when you play hard to get, your cute side comes out.
So?
Huh?
So what do you want?
What do you mean?
It's been 7 years. The reason we broke up in the first place was because you were horrible to me about my age. Do you have any idea how crappy you saying all those things made me feel? I'm 33 years old now. Why would you want us to get back together after all this time? I just don't get it. None of what you're saying makes any sense at all.
How to put this? I'm bored of dating younger girls now. First of all, we have nothing to talk about. I don't even know what half the crap these young girls babble on about these days. What even is a TikTok? Never heard of it. Maybe that wouldn't be such a big deal. Because it's not like I date them for their personalities. I date them for their butts, boobs, and pretty faces, and I ain't ashamed to deny it, but the problem is that these young girls' values and money sense is totally different to mine. Oh yeah, not to forget the most important one, I got frickin' cheated on.
Wow.
That girl, Rena, she said she'd rather be with a young, handsome guy close to her age. Look, babe, what I'm about to tell you never leaves this chat, okay? But she said to me, I can never be satisfied with an old man like you. You just don't stimulate me in the right places.
Oh my God, Biff. That was so rude. Oh, please forgive me. Okay, I'll calm down, I promise. Rena must be, 25 now? And you're 38? I see. It wouldn't be the craziest thing in the world if your stamina levels and, urges weren't very well matched to one another?
Who knows? Maybe. The bottom line is, we broke up. I still feel kind of pathetic over the whole thing. It was only a few weeks ago. Anyway, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me and you to get back together. You know, rekindle our old flame? So what do you say, sugar tits? Should we make another go of it? We're both in our 30s now, and I'm only 5 years older than you, so I doubt we'll even notice the difference. Besides, when you think about it, it's pretty obvious that this is the best opportunity you're ever going to get. You're 33 and well past your prime, so let's get back together. You must be seriously panicking about the prospect of never finding a man who'll marry you, right? Well, here I am, the solution to your problem.
And what, that's supposed to be why I'm supposed to come running back into your arms? Have you been smoking crack?
Come on, Denise, look, the whole hard-to-get thing is wearing thin now. This is obviously a crazy good offer for you. All right, well, that settles it. Me and you are officially a couple again. Excellent, superb, fantastic, magnificent. I can't wait for the make-up lovemaking. Okay, babe, I'll head over to your place. Tell me your address and I'll be on my way.
Why?
Oh, 'cause starting today I'll be moving in with you. Me and you are going to be living together again, baby. Ain't that great?
Biff, I'm already married.
Denise, seriously. Would you just be honest with me for a change? Look, you must be overwhelmed with joy at the chance to get back with a stud like me. So why not just admit it?
I'm overwhelmed with something, but it isn't joy. Try disgust.
I'm not kidding, babe. If you're not honest with me now, I'm not going to hang around forever. If I change my mind now, I'll never give you another chance. Look, I know this whole thing must feel a little weird for you, what with us having been apart these last 7 years, but that measly 7-year gap will feel like it never happened after one night of hot, steamy romance. And before you know it, the flame of our passion will be rekindled.
You are literally the biggest cringe lord I've ever had the misfortune of meeting.
Stop it. And how many times do I have to tell you this isn't the time for jokes? Denise, come on. Just say what's really on your mind. It must have been real tough for you, not seeing me for 7 years. I bet you thought about me every day, right? Well, this is finally your chance to tell me how painful it's been, how much you've longed for my tender touch, for the warmth of my big muscular body pressed up against yours, the minty smell of my breath as I whisper sweet nothings into your ears.
I'm gonna vomit.
Huh?
I think I'm actually gonna vomit.
Denise, you intend on sticking with this hard-to-get act, huh?
I'm being bluntly honest with you, Biff. What else can I even say? You willfully misinterpret everything I say to convince yourself I'm actually head over heels in love with you.
Oh, come on, that's silly talk. You know I'm not doing that. All I'm doing is telling you I'm willing to take you back even though you're 33. You do realize if you waste this opportunity, you'll end up growing old, alone, and childless, tormented on a daily basis by the thought of what could have been if only you hadn't been so stubborn.
I can assure you, you don't have to worry about me. I'm fine without you, thanks.
You are so not fine, Denise. That's why I'm trying to help you. Look, be honest with me already, goddammit.
Biff, why did you just ignore me when I told you I'm married?
Huh? Quit fooling around. There ain't a guy on this planet who'd marry a used-up, old 33-year-old past her prime like you. If you don't take me up on my kindness here, you're done for.
Go on then, I'll humor you. That's clearly not true. Because people are finding love, and having kids, at all ages these days. Your hateful ideas have no basis in reality, and to be honest, I'm actually impressed you believe in them yourself, because you only have to take a walk around the city to see what I'm talking about. People are getting married later and later these days, and that goes for both men and women.
Sure, maybe that's true, but you're obviously an exception, because you think about me every day. How can you find love with someone else when I'm the only man in your heart?
Yep, there you go again. That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Huh? What do you mean?
I genuinely don't understand it. I have absolutely no idea what makes you think I think about you every day.
Huh?
Do you fail to understand basic English? I said I don't understand what makes you think that.
Because our hearts are connected. And not speaking for 7 years doesn't change that. A love as true and pure as ours never disappears.
Our hearts are connected? I'm pretty sure any kind of connection we had disintegrated the moment you broke up with me.
No way. That ain't true.
Let me say it one more time. I got married ages ago.
No way.
I have 3 children.
WTF? What the hell? You serious? You have 3 kids?
Huh? So this is the part where you suddenly start taking me seriously?
But why? Yeah, but how could you have kids with some other dude when you still have feelings for me? How could you do something so absurd? Look, I get That the thought of growing old, alone, and childless must have been terrifying, but to think you would ignore and repress your own feelings like that.
Ugh, I'm sick of telling you. Any feelings I had for you died a long time ago.
Huh?
You know, it's funny. They say it takes time to get over a breakup, but not with you. I was over you the moment you said all of those hurtful things. My feelings for you were as warm as a North Pole glacier.
No way.
I wouldn't get back with you even if the human race was about to go extinct.
Oh my God.
You need to get your head checked out, Biff, because this behavior is not normal.
No way, this can't be. I don't have anywhere to live.
Wait, what?
Listen, babe, the thing is, I've been really struggling to find a job ever since I quit my old one. Moved to New York to live with Rena, and she did fine. She found something else within her first month of arriving, but I don't know if it's because she's young. But she got used to life here straight away, and before I knew it, she had a job and was out socializing with her co-workers and making a bunch of friends, and I feel like I don't fit in here at all. It's like I slipped through the cracks and everyone forgot about me. I feel like a shadow of my former self. I can barely look people in the eye anymore. Even leaving the house is a challenge. I haven't seen daylight in a week.
Basically, you were lounging around at home all day like some lazy, neat sloth lord while Rita was out working to pay the bills? Then she kicked you out on the streets after reaching her wit's end with you after 7 years of providing for her man-child boyfriend? Did I hit the bullseye or did I hit the bullseye?
No way. That's not how it happened. Well, not exactly.
Yep, so you were sponging off her then.
You don't have to put it so coldly.
How about you answer the question I'm asking instead of taking offense with how I'm asking it? Rena probably felt anxious and uncertain about the future when she realized you were nothing but a leech who was quite happy to sponge off her hard work while lazing around the house all day. So instead of risking her entire future on someone clearly unreliable, she did the sensible thing and gave up on you instead. This might sound weird coming from me, but I think she did well to put up with you for a whole 7 years.
But
Biff, you do know you're almost 40 years old now, right? It's bad enough to be unemployed at your age, but the fact you're unemployed and not looking for work is nothing short of a disaster. Is there a reason you're not looking for work?
Well, not exactly.
If you're totally without options, why not just go back home and live with your parents? It might not seem very appealing, but I don't see what choice you have if you're not willing to look for work.
But they disowned me when I quit my job to move to New York 7 years ago.
I see. Find a job in the city then? You're in New York, Biff. There's work for those who really want it.
But I haven't worked for 7 years, and leaving the house is scary. Besides, I don't even know what kind of jobs to apply for. I saw an article the other day about how AI is taking people's jobs. How can you seriously expect me to be able to find a job when the world's gone to the dogs?
I'm not sure you have time to be making excuses, Biff. Tick-tock.
Anyway, work can wait. I need to do something about the more pressing matter of not having anywhere to sleep. I got it. How about I come stay over at your place for a little while? You know, maybe just for a few weeks while I find something.
Have you no conception of how ridiculous you sound?
Look, if your husband's upset with me being there, how about we both bow down to him in apology? And I'll do all the housework to show him how grateful I am. All right, that settles it. Give me your address.
No way. You are not staying with us.
What?
Why should I have to bow down to anyone?
No, listen.
Besides, I'm not even in New York anymore.
Huh, what?
My husband and I moved to his hometown when we got married.
You gotta be joking me. What am I supposed to do?
I don't know, but relying on your ex-girlfriend clearly isn't the answer.
But
If you have enough time on your hands to be boring me with this bullcrap, get your ass down to the job center, you lazy bum. Can you believe how delusional that guy is? I knew he was bad news when he broke up with me, but after what happened today, I'm convinced he's even more mentally unstable than I first thought. After I blocked him, he managed to get through to his parents after spam calling them in a desperate panic to find a place to stay. Apparently, when he finally got through to them, he mentioned my name. As for what exactly was said, we found out later through a phone call from Biff's mom to my parents' place. His mom told mine that apparently I had begged his parents to forgive him for what he did and let him move back in with them. Obviously, when my dad spoke to me about it, he and my mom immediately realized it was a big steaming pile of bullshit and passed on the message to his parents.
A few days later, his mom and dad called mine directly and apologized profusely. They must have realized he was too dangerous to be let loose on society because within a few days, his dad bundled him into the back of a van, drove him back to their hometown, and now forces him to work heavy manual labor on their farm, day in and day out. Thanks for watching, folks. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to prove what a boss you are by liking and subscribing. Can you believe how arrogant Biff was? Jeez, talk about delusional. If you've ever known a Biff, let us know in the comments. We can't wait to see you again next time.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Dad, is now a good time?
Huh? Lily? I haven't heard from you in a while. What's up? You know, I'd love it if you showed your face around here sometimes. I miss you, you know. I've been settling into my new life of living alone ever since you flew the nest a year ago to get married pretty well, but I'd still like to see you sometimes. I'm your dad, sweetie.
Yeah, well, you see, it's not that I don't want to.
Huh? What is it then?
Well, there's something I was hoping I could talk to you about.
Oh, alright. Well, sure. Go ahead.
My husband Frank just got back, so I'll have to shoot. Let's do this another time, okay? Sorry, Pops.
Sure. Got it. If you're ever in trouble, I want you to know you can message me anytime. Hey, Lily. You messaged your dad behind my back yesterday, didn't you? I know everything.
Huh? No, I didn't.
Do not lie to me, woman. I got done looking through your phone hours ago. You cut it off mid-discussion because I came home earlier than planned, didn't you? You lying lowlife. Don't bother trying to keep up the act, woman. Believe me, I'm already pissed enough as it is.
But my phone was locked. How did you...
The password was your dumb bitch mom who died 10 years ago's birthday, right? As if I wasn't going to guess that. You think like a simpleton. It was so easy to guess, I got it on my first try.
Oh my god.
I made your instructions perfectly clear when we got married. I told you were to cut off all ties with your worthless loser of a dad, didn't I?
Please, Frank, don't do this. I'm begging you. Will you just cut me some slack on this one thing, please? He raised me all on his own after my mom passed away. I can't cut him out of my life.
So let me get this straight. Basically, you mean you're perfectly fine with me having my dad using his power and influence to make your dad's factory go bankrupt. That right?
That's,
If you don't like it, get him out of your life ASAP.
But please,
You know what happens, don't you, Lily? I know you know what happens when you act like this. So why even bother? It'll only end in misery for you.
Dad, help me.
Lily, what's wrong?
Frank kicked me out of the house.
He kicked you out? But we're in the middle of a major typhoon. It's not safe to be outside right now.
Yeah, that's why he kicked me out.
What the hell is going on here, Lily?
He's been telling me to cut all ties with you and never speak to you again for a long, long time now, but I couldn't do it, and when he saw me hesitating, he grabbed my phone and tossed it out into the backyard. It was like he was possessed by a demon. He pushed me flying out of the front door and locked it behind me.
In the middle of a typhoon? Where are you right now?
I'm taking shelter under the bus stop near our house. Do you know the one I mean?
Wait, do you mean the bus stop near the Johnson River? The one by the bridge?
Yes. I thought I could ride the bus to the station from here and make it to your place on my own. But when I got here, I realized I don't even have my purse.
Got it. I'll be there soon. But it's dangerous to be near a river during a typhoon this bad. Can you at least make it somewhere safe while I head to get you?
He threw me out in my pajamas, so I'm barefoot. I think I stood in some glass or something, and it hurts like hell to walk.
You don't even have shoes on. Alright, just hold tight, sweetie. I'll be there as soon as I can. Frank, is now a good time? Oh, aren't you Lily's dad? Been a long time, huh? Hope you're doing well, sir. Isn't the typhoon today awful? I'll see. So you're aware we're in the middle of an awful typhoon then? Huh? Yeah, of course. I'd have to be blind and deaf not to know this is a really bad one. The boss called and told me not to go into the office today, so I'm working remotely instead. I say, so you kick my daughter out barefoot in the middle of a horrible typhoon, while you sit working in safety at home without a care in the world. Huh? What exactly are you talking about? Lily's doing the dishes in the kitchen as we speak. Oh, that reminds me. She accidentally dropped her phone in the sink, so she can't message you right now. We're gonna drive out to the phone shop to get her a new one once the typhoon calms down, so sorry, but we'd appreciate it if you waited a little before trying to contact her. I don't plan on letting Lily go back to you. Huh? She's here with me right now. What? What the hell do you think you're playing at, boy? But I broke her phone. How the... Yeah, she told me all about how you tossed her phone into the yard in the middle of the worst typhoon the state of California has seen in 26 years. Fortunately, it landed on the lawn and is well known as being one of the best phones on the market for water resistance. After picking it up and getting herself to safety, she messaged me explaining all the horrible abuse you've been subjecting her to and begged me for help. I rushed out to help her in the middle of the typhoon as soon as I got the message. I barely recognised her, Frank. She weighs 35 kilograms for crying out loud. Seriously? It would appear you've been constantly pressuring her to break off all ties with me. Do you mind explaining why you did that? Whatever. I guess if you know it can't be helped, there's no use in trying to keep up the act anymore. I see. Does that mean you're finally going to man up? Show me your true colours? You want to know who I really am? I'm the son of the CEO of a major company, and I'm set to be president one day. And you, Andrew, you're nothing but the owner of one of my father's dozens of minor, insignificant subcontractor factories. You're nothing but a worm beneath my feet. We live in different worlds, peon. Different worlds. So what, I took your trashy production line working daughter and claimed as my own. What's the issue here? She should be grateful someone as powerful and respected as myself would even give her a look in. In return, it was her duty to live to serve me for the rest of her life and do my bidding at all times. But that goddamn stubborn blockhead refused to cut you out of her life. She had the nerve to disobey me, her husband, the lord of the manor, and the supreme master of her life. You can't seriously expect me to forgive impudence of that magnitude. It might seem cruel, but this is the only way to educate her in the ways of wifeliness and make her see sense. I kicked your dumbass daughter out barefoot to educate her in the ways of being a good wife. Sure, we might be in the middle of a typhoon, but hey, that ain't my problem. If anything, being kicked out in the middle of a typhoon might make her think even harder about her disgusting behavior. I'll say, you're saying some very messed up things here, Frank. Messed up? The only one who messed up here is you. How the hell did you raise your daughter for her to end up like this? This is why single parents should be eradicated from society. She doesn't belong to you anymore. You do know that, right? She's my wife, and I intend to educate her as such. Wonder if you'll have the decency to cut off ties with her and stop getting in my way. Just what the hell do you think my daughter is? Huh? I'll let you have her hand in marriage because I thought you'd make her happy. And what did you do? You trampled her hopes, expectations, and dreams underfoot as you terrorized, tormented, and abused her. What's your hecking goddamn point? The only one who needs educating here is you. Wow. Who's going to educate me? You? The owner of some insignificant, poxy rundown factory in the middle of bum shit nowhere. I'm glad you're looking forward to it. Yeah, I sure am. Oh, I can't wait. This should be hilarious. Andrew, hello? Please, I'm begging you, forgive me. Please. What are you talking about? The thing with the business deal.
You have to take it back, please. Please undo it, I'm begging you. This is going way too far.
All I did was present your dad the CEO of my biggest client company, collection of conditions for him to meet if we were to carry on doing business together.
One of the conditions is to kick me out of the running for CEO when he steps down, isn't it?
Make it sound a little dramatic, but yeah, that's basically it. Like I said, your dad's company is one of my biggest clients. However, there are many more companies I could do business with if we were to lose the contract for whatever reason. I can't say the same for him though. The parts he orders from my factory are extremely difficult to get a hold of elsewhere in the market due to patent issues. Not to mention the skill level of our technicians. But basically, if I said I wasn't going to renew the contract, your dad's company would be facing some pretty severe management difficulties before long. Oh, you thought the fact that your wife's dad was just a subcontractor? Gave you full license to do whatever you pleased to her, didn't you? Sadly for you, it backfired. And now, thanks to your arrogance, the very future of his company is in jeopardy.
You shouldn't bring personal grievances into business. This is wrong. It's immoral. You call yourself a professional.
Personal grievances? Oh, this is nothing of the sort.
How is it not?
Oh, sure, this might have started out with private affairs, but no matter how you look at it, kicking my daughter out of the house in her pajamas, barefoot and terrified in the middle of a typhoon, is totally insane, devoid of reason. How could I allow someone so utterly lacking in humanity, without even a shred of basic decency, and not to mention common sense, to become the CEO of my biggest client company? Looking at this from a purely business perspective, after what you did, it'd be impossible for me to do business with you and have peace of mind that things on your end would be well run. As a result, I had no choice but to voice my concerns with the current CEO. Here's what I said. Were your son to inherit the company, I would be forced to terminate our contract. Accordingly, in order to continue our business relationship, I require that you appoint an alternative CEO and give me full guarantee that he will never wield any power in the executive decision-making process.
Wait, so in that case, if I can get Lily to forgive me, then we can carry on with the contract like nothing happened, right?
Excuse me?
Right, understood. Give me some time. I'll have this whole thing sorted out in a jiffy. Hey, Lily, you dumb bitch. Undo the stupid mess you made. Make your dad forgive me. Now. If you do, I'll give you back your position of the wife of the future CEO.
Are you a complete moron?
Huh?
Do you have no conception of how you lost your position as future CEO in the first place? Do you have no conception of why my dad is pissed off with you? Do you fail to understand why I want to divorce you and never see you again?
Divorce?
Yep, I knew it. You still don't understand, do you? Not even after everything that happened as a result of the way you treated me. You were so convinced you had power over my dad due to the situation with your dad's company that you thought you could say and do whatever you pleased to me without any fear of consequences. Sadly for you, you couldn't have been more wrong. I have some self-reflecting of my own to do too. Don't get me wrong, nowhere near as much as you do, but I still need to ask myself some serious questions about what happened.
Right. You're right. So you are thinking about the way you behaved then. I'm really pleased to hear that, babe. All right, we'll chalk this one down to being entirely your fault and move on then. Okay, I'm ready for you to come home and apologize to me so we can go back to normal and put all this stupid crap with me losing my CEO post behind us.
Wait, what? Did you think I was making some kind of apology to you? You're more deluded than I thought. What I meant was that I need to ask myself why I knew so little about my dad's factory. I am mad with myself for not taking more of an interest in him and his work. But you? I never did anything wrong, and I don't have anything to apologize for.
What the hell is this? I'll never become CEO if we don't come up with a peaceable resolution here. Don't you want to be the CEO's wife?
So your response to me telling you we're getting a divorce is to try and tempt me with the prospect of being your wife in this fantasy world where you still get to become CEO? Are you too much of a moron to see how little sense that makes? If I cared about being the CEO's wife, I wouldn't be divorcing you in the first place, you idiot!
What did you just call me?
Besides, even if you weren't physically and emotionally abusive, I still wouldn't have any interest in being with you on behalf of the fact that you have been cheating on me.
Huh?
Surely you didn't think I wouldn't notice. You always did suck at hiding things. You and your lover can both expect a letter from my lawyer explaining how much compensation you're gonna owe me. You better not try and escape.
Andrew, are you there? Oh my god. I mean, I guess I could answer the phone. But you see, Frankie boy, thing is, I might lose my temper as soon as I hear your miserable, wretched voice on the other end of it, drive over to your house, and beat you within an inch of your life. What? Something tells me it'd be in your interest never to message me again. What? But, I guess if you're absolutely desperate to tell me something, I could give you a call. You should know that everything I just said about being highly likely to come and beat the crap out of you still stands. So, what's it going to be? No, no, please, don't hurt me. What did you guys learn from today's story? To me, it was a reminder that more often than not, people who look down on those they perceive to be weaker than them are always the first to brown-nose their superiors like subservient little lapdogs. I figured I'd do Frank, who was a living example of exactly that variety of vile human being, a huge favour by seeing to it that he met a fate fitting for the way he treated my daughter. After my daughter got done divorcing him, and after he lost his job at his dad's company, I put in a word for him with my friend who runs a company called Demon Quarry Foundation. Strictly speaking, they mine rocks and rare metals, but in reality it has a reputation as being somewhat of a reform organisation for society's delinquents. It has a track record of setting even the most wayward and unruly on the straight and narrow through good old-fashioned, intense manual labour. As well as re-educating him, his employment with my buddy also serves the purpose of helping him earn the money he owes my daughter in compensation. You should have seen his face when he found out he'd be working at the Demon Quarry Foundation. Judging from how pale he went, he knew all about them. Mentally unprepared for the arduous journey that lay before him, he was loaded into a black van like a lamb being led to the slaughter. See ya, Frank.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.